Hey guys, this is Tim and Navier from Littleroot Lessons.
How's it
Um,
going?
how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. We're here with week 4 of Draft League with Paris and the Toronto Topsy Turvy versus Bauerdad and the Golden Valley Gudras. Paris is bringing a Xerneas, Venusaur, Indeedee Female, Charizard, Gyarados, Klefki, Noivern, Diggersby, Morpeko, and Gallade.
And then on Bauerdad's side, we have Calyrex Ice, Urshifu Single Strike, Grimmsnarl, Crobat, Rotom Wash, Darmanitan Galar, Stoutland, Grudra, Phalanx, and Altaria. And so just off the bat, we see from Paris' side, we have a pretty strong looking Sun team.
Yeah, with
Uh,
Sunny Day coming in from Klefki.
yeah, at prankster speed. And then on Bauerdad's side, we have a lot of fast mode, like in Grimmsnarl to T Wave, Scary Face. Crobat has a faster Tailwind than Noivern. Um, but then we also have Trick Room on the Calyrex for a potential switch to a slow mode.
Do you have or see any Pokemon that Paris has as must brings for this matchup?
Uh, I think that he's gonna want to lead Indeedee Xerneas. I think he wants to get that Geomancy off probably. I don't think that he can. Well, it depends on if he runs into Calyrex Ice. If Calyrex Ice gets a Trick Room off, that might be pretty rough for the Xerneas.
Calyrex Ice along with the spread Glacial Lance will definitely be tricky. I think Gyarados is a or sorry, not Gyarados. Charizard is a must bring with fire moves for Calyrex and flying moves for
Hmm.
Urshifu.
I want to say Gyarados is going to be interesting too because the Intimidate.
And also gets Power Whip for Rotom Wash, although Rotom Wash is a pretty big threat as well.
That's very fair. Yeah. Who we think are Dynamax candidates? We want to say Calyrex Ice on our dad's side, probably the Rotom as well as maybe the Gudra.
Gudra, he has Dynamaxed several times in the past. It's definitely a very strong Dynamax target. However, with Fairy type Xerneas, he's probably a little bit more scared.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah, we might end up seeing the Rotom or the Calyrex go big here.
yeah, I can definitely see. It's not Gmax Charizard, but I could see Charizard or Gyarados coming in as a Dynamax if he doesn't want Xerneas. I can definitely see Paris going for the Sunny Day Sleep Powder to try to prevent some
Mm-hmm.
setup from either Tailwind Crobat or Trick Room Calyrex.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if our dad's gonna bring, say, some goggles or the Sap Sipper on the Gudra to try to prevent that from the Venusaur.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get into the match.
All right. So here are the six
I'll just quickly
from
pause.
each.
Okay, so we've got Calyrex, Gudra, Grimmsnarl, Rotom, Stoutland, and Crobat from Bauerdad.
That seems like a pretty rational six on that side.
It's a very bulky team.
Yeah, on Paris' side, we see the Klefki and the Venusaur and the Charizard, like we kind of expected. There's the Gyarados for the Intimidate, and then the Xerneas and Didi for Follow Me power stuff, probably.
So no safety goggles, but we do see Lumberry on Calyrex in case of Sleep
Right.
Powder.
Very interesting. So we probably have Intimidate on the stout one as well, right?
Yes, Stoutland has
Um,
Intimidate.
that's really only going to affect the Gyarados, though. So we'll see what that stout one can actually do.
Yeah, well, let's see how this goes.
All right. Let's see. If I was Bauerdad here, I'm guessing I either want to set up a Trick Room early because I see all these very fast Pokemon, or maybe Grimmsnarl Crobat for something like Fake Out into Tailwind.
He might try to predict the Sleep Powder and just go for a turn 1 Glacial Lance knockout into Venusaur.
Very fair. You could, if you're gonna go Tailwind Calyrex, it's a hyper fast Calyrex.
Possibly. Looks like he's leading for Tailwind. Yeah, I guess Paris decided to not even try to compete for Tailwind setup.
Yeah, no Noivern over there. Now, without the Venusaur, the Rotom is a very good Dynamax target, it looks like. If you can deal with that Venusaur early.
Yeah, Venusaur is the only huge threat. As well as potentially Power Whip Gyarados, but the Thunderbolt is, I think, enough to threaten Gyarados.
Especially if you see it go big, it's probably living one, I'm sure.
That's an interesting lead.
We don't have Sun Thread here. We don't have Xerneas in DV. I want to say this is going to be a... Oh, that we could be Intimidate on the Calyrex, but this looks like a Tailwind from Bauerdad. Oh, yes, Speed Swap. Interesting.
Speed Swap is an excellent option.
Now, this Calyrex is not looking very, very good in the face of this Charizard, though, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think the Protect turn 1 is probably safe just to figure out what Paris is trying to do, because I'm not sure. He might just go full offense here, or he might try to swap.
Right, I was gonna say that that Charizard going big in this first turn is actually like a possibility. Especially facing down this Calyrex, I might just want to try to take it out.
Does go for the swap.
Yeah. Possibly a max Airstream on Paris' side to try to get some speed to match this Tailwind.
This is a rough switch, though.
No max. Okay.
We get the Tailwind up, but I don't know. Overheat. So he did call the.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, he did call the fire move on Calyrex, so that was a good swap. And that can seriously nerfs Charizard, but Xerneas now has almost free reign. Actually, it probably has free reign on setting up Geomancy, because Crobat probably can't hurt it hard enough.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm thinking too, but with the fact that Charizard is -2, I think it's probably going to swap here, so you're going to have something, a turn to basically get some free damage off.
I suspect that he will double up into Xerneas. That's probably the smartest play.
Yeah, trying to take that out turn 2, that's going to be very nice for him. Especially with his Tailwind up. Yep, there's the Charizard switch like we thought. Another Intimidate that's not going to matter, luckily, for Bauerdad.
So much like Paris was predicting that Max Kaiser into Charizard.
Right, or the Max Lightning. Well, yeah, it wouldn't have been the one Max Lightning.
If it was Max Lightning, Gyarados would be dead right now.
Yeah. We are going to see what this Xerneas is staying in. What is the potentially, but Geomancy also could be a big play. Oh, okay.
Smart play, but I still don't quite see what Paris plans on doing, aside from possibly trying to stall out Kudra.
Okay. If he was expecting a max there, then yeah, this is a nice way to stall out a turn.
Yeah.
Paris, what do you do in this situation? Do you set up a Geomancy? Or do you try to preserve your Xerneas for after the...
I feel like Xerneas swaps out into something like Klefki. Or Venusaur.
Okay. So we've seen all 4, right? We've seen the Charizard.
It's a very offensive team.
Yeah, there's no support really. There's the Max Lightning into Wakanda. Nice. Good prep there.
It might not be enough.
It might not be enough to survive here. Oh, it is. Okay. We are an Assault Vest on Kudra, so but we're not packing any extra punch with like a life orb. This gives Gyarados an attack here. A waterfall into the Crobat. Probably putting it to Sash. Or
Crobat still easily takes that.
wow.
But Bauerdad now only has one more turn of his Dynamax, and he needs to get some use out of this.
Right. We see this Venusaur come in now. What do we expect it to do here? Maybe it's trying to put the Crobat to sleep. Maybe it's just going to protect here.
Honestly, wouldn't be surprised if he just goes for the protect and tries to stall out the last turn.
Yeah, maybe only take this one. Only one loss of like one in the Gyarados. Although Paris may save his Gyarados for the Intimidate on that. Oh, that's
Okay. Decides to commit the Dynamax.
I wonder if this is the start. Because we know that Gudra is sassy, and I don't think that Venusaur gets anything that threatens this Gudra.
Oh, that Brave Bird hurt.
And it takes out the Crobat Venusaur. Wow. That's going to be rough for Paris. We'll see this Max Lightning take out the Gyarados. And that leaves Venusaur to use a Moonpool, which...
You might find that could sap the bird.
Yep.
So that just wastes a turn of Paris's Dynamax.
We have Tailwind finishing up here, so we do have an even playing field with speed stats. So that could lead to maybe a setup from the Xerneas, or we have a Charizard that could come back in. It is still ringing though. I think that Bauerdad prepped well to have this water move to set the weather for himself.
I think so. I think he really wanted to shut down Sun to prevent Venusaur from going fast.
Yeah, I'm feeling that too. So, we are ending the Dynamax on Bauerdad's side. Staring down a 2 HP Venusaur.
And we saw that Gudra is faster, so Venusaur almost has to max guard here.
Did we see that? I'm sorry, the Tailwind just ended.
Oh, you are right. I forgot that he had set
So
Tailwind.
Venusaur is potentially, it could still be faster. Xerneas is what, 99 speed stat?
I believe you are correct.
So Venusaur at 80, Xerneas at 99, Gudra at 80, I think. So I think they could be tying if they're both timid max speed.
He does go for the max guard.
Yep. That was a good call.
And the double up into Xerneas. He really does not want him getting that Geomancy going. He doesn't even bother. He goes for the Moonblast.
Go for Moonblast into this 80 Gudra. It almost knows.
That hit hard for AV.
I'm surprised, yeah. Did we see a Protect already on this Xerneas?
No, we haven't. This is the first time it's done anything except from swap out.
Okay, so maybe...
Oh wait, no, sorry. It did protect turn 1 against Max Geyser.
That's right.
Turn 2.
Xerneas was slower than this Gudra here, interestingly. So that means either Paris is not running max speed or Gudra... Or, yeah, I mean, Paris has to not be running max speed here. And Gudra must be fast.
Ooh, he goes for the protect on Calyrex. I think going for the Glacial Lance would have been more effective.
Alex goes to protect here. And then we should see... Okay, we see a Violent. Yep. So the Venusaur is faster than the Gudra. But the... Oh, it's Life Orb, okay.
Nice. Down to Charizard and Xerneas.
Look for a Dragon Pulse that could have been bad if,
Did he just Dragon Pulse into Xerneas?
I'm guessing it was into the Venus.
Oh, yes. That makes a lot more sense.
Here's the Vine Lash taking out the Gudra, which is nice for Paris here, but we still have coming.
It's interesting that despite Sap Sipper, he's not immune.
Right, that's very interesting. So we're down to 2 versus 2. I want to guess that the Xerneas is the fastest thing on the field, either that or the Charizard. So, yeah, oh, and the Calyrex just protected last turn. This is unfortunate for Bauerdad.
Bauerdad is in a little bit of a rough spot in terms of speed here, but Paris won a bulky Rotom could definitely still win this.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling too. So, Charizard is the fastest thing on the field.
I feel like that
probably be,
that might be Specs.
Interestingly, this the Xerneas is very slow, but very, very strong.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be the first game.
Both those hit much harder than I expected, and
yeah, I'm wondering if this is like Fairy Plate or Pixie Plate.
it could be Pixie Plates or it could be Specs. So that would make sense as to why it did so much damage to AV Gudra.
Well, it couldn't have been Specs because
Oh,
we
right,
saw
of course, Protect.
So maybe Specs is on the Charizard.
Specs Charizard is possible. But good game one.
After yeah, it was a very good game one. I thought Bauerdad had the control until that last turn of Paris's Dynamax there.
He made excellent use of the Tailwind, but unfortunately, Paris just keeping some of his faster Pokemon in the back, holding off until Tailwind ran out. It ended up letting him just squeak by.
Yeah, I feel like in that case, both players, their Dynamaxes were not used to their full capability, with one of Paris's attacks going into a Sap Sipper Gudra, one of them being a Max Guard and the other one going into a Protect, but that Vine Lash damage did pull through in the end. He took a KO on the Gudra.
That's true, and Gudra in his Dynamax managed to take out Gyarados, but aside from that, Paris played around it very well in terms of proper swaps.
As well as prepping the Conjurer.
So we do see the same lead, surprisingly.
It's interesting to say the least, because I want to say... Oh, okay, so I think that the Gyarados is there just to counter this Calyrex lead. That's what I was thinking.
I suspect that's the case. I think it probably would have been better to have Calyrex in the back, just against this lead.
Yeah, that's fair. But you do worry about like a setup like a Geomancy turn 1, so being able to stop that with potential trick moves. We know that trick moves around the set, but Paris does not.
Okay, well, similar swap to before, and gain the Thunder Wave on Gyarados is huge.
Yeah, slowing that thing down is going to be very important. Usually coming out. Very good damage on this one.
And gets the paralysis.
Seems like Bauerdad is considering an early Dynamax again. He does love to max his Gudra. Now, T-Wave onto this Charizard put the Gudra at the fastest thing on the field, and anything that this Gudra does is probably going to take out this Charizard.
I feel like he probably wants to focus down the Charizard because that is the biggest threats to Calyrex.
That's very fair. Yes.
And looks like he's predicting, I think he went for Max Flare into Gyarados predicting a swap.
And don't see a swap. Okay, so We are gonna get a light screen up, I think, before this all. We'll see if we see another heat wave from this Charizard, see if it's the light screen with light clay, that's gonna be 8 turns.
It is heat
Another
wave
heat
again,
wave,
so I think it is specs. That burn is
yeah, it's inconsequential the leads,
but that chip damage along with G-Max Mind Lash can really stack up.
yeah.
And
Gyarados with the Thunder Wave.
that was not expected. But unfortunately,
He's already got the burn.
yeah, the Max Flare, while it was a good idea predicting this swap, I think he got a little bit too confident on predicting the switch.
Yeah, so he was expecting the Paris to switch out his Gyarados into Venusaur, I think, because of the threat of Max Lightning. And here he does switch out the Gyarados. So let's see if that Venusaur. Yep. And now the Venusaur has Sunset up, as well as the solar power from Charizard. But we do get a paralysis here. We have a Max Lightning coming out into the Charizard. That's going to kick it out, I'm assuming. So now we just have to worry about this very, very fast and very annoying Venusaur. We cannot get sleep though. Now we have
You can Thunder Wave it though to cancel out the boost from Sun, but it's still going to be faster than anything on Bauerdad's side.
Right, very true at this. Here we see the Xerneas come in. So we have the same 4 from Paris with the mix-up of the group style on Bauerdad's side. And a Stoutland, I didn't see that actually.
That Stoutland, unfortunately, I don't think is going to do much this match.
Yeah, we'll have to see what the set is here, but I'm from Max Lightning. This looks to be just put some damage on the board, as well as here's the T-Wave.
That's a good call on the Protect.
Yep. Stalling out this Dynamax. I think this is the last turn. Yeah. So we're gonna have Paris with Max on his own next turn, or in the future. So Sludge Bomb here should take out this Brimstone. Yep. Especially that last one boost. And we have that next. Yeah, just get some chip damage here. So let's see what we have here. Baby Doll Eyes, Baby Impact, Snarl. That's going to be very useful though. Especially with all these special attackers that we
Baby Doll Eyes is drops attack though, I believe.
That's correct, yeah. So if we see Gyarados come out, maybe we can see Baby Doll Eyes, but this Snarl is going to be very useful for Stoutland. Lugia with this AV is kind of looking very nice in front of these two here.
It is, but remember how much that Moonblast hurts Game 1?
Yeah, I was going to say, we do know that the Goodra is faster though. So,
that's true. Venusaur doesn't seem to have a very good answer for Goodra.
Right. So we are seeing a Max now. I wonder if this is going to be the Xerneas. Because we don't want to potentially max this paralyzed. So, yep.
As I suspect that as Max Fairy can probably one-shot Goodra.
Oh, we see a Sleep Powder in the Electric Ring, unfortunate for Paris. Snarl's going to be very important here. We'll see how much this Max Fairy still does.
I always forget how fast Stoutland is.
Oh yeah, I have no clue actually. And there's another burn. Interesting. There's gonna be some chip damage. We are gonna see this next Starfall into the Goodra. Yep. AV and -1. It is able to live.
And Light Screen.
Oh, and light screen, yes, that too. So now we have mist up, so nothing can be slept again, even though the electric train is removed. We'll see if... Yeah, we're gonna go for another Snarl. That's very useful for this pairing of Venusaur versus Venusaur and Xerneas.
I think that's the right play. Just try to stall it out as much as possible.
Absolutely, yeah. I wonder if we'll see a switch into the Gyarados here. Yep. We want to preserve this Venusaur for the late game, it seems like. Unfortunately, we still have, unfortunately for Paris, we still have a full health Legendary Calyrex in the back.
It's true.
Now we are -2 on the Xerneas. And we get a Fire Blast. Resisted in the sun. Picks up some chip damage. And we see another Starfall. This is likely... Well, -2.
Yeah, that's enough.
We see the KO.
Now, unfortunately, I suspect that it's going to be really hard for Bauerdad to come back with this Calyrex.
I'm a little on the fence here, because at this point, what does Gyarados do? I mean, it's probably going to switch out and hopefully get a Intimidate off later. I think that if I'm Bauerdad, I need to Snarl again and assume this Gyarados is coming out. And I want to click Glacial Lance every day of the week. Getting this Xerneas to -3, getting this incoming Venusaur at -1 is going to be very important.
Agreed. Gyarados has a good variety of moves, but I don't. He does have Crunch, which you could see coming into Calyrex.
That's very fair. Okay, we do see this swap on Gyarados. Because he wants to get into the later. And we see the Venusaur come in. This is going to take a lot of damage from this Glacial Lance. And we get impacted from the Stoutland, not too much damage. And then the Starfall into the Calyrex.
Thankfully, he takes that like a
only doing
champ.
about a quarter. And this Glacial Lance, yep, picking up the Venusaur. So he's going to +1.
And that will be cancelled out with Gyarados coming back in.
Yep. So, I'm seeing that
This is looking
Bauerdad, Bauerdad looks like he might be coming on top later.
Yeah, I think this is going to game 3.
So, if I were Bauerdad here, I would protect the Calyrex to let this Stoutland get back its move. And maybe just baby dollize the Gyarados just in case. A big crunch, like, could be devastating. Plus, like, Moonblast from the Xerneas. We don't see a Protect here. Moonblast into the Calyrex, it's going to do a lot of damage. Oh, not a lot of damage, it's at -2, I forgot.
Maybe about 15-20%. And that, I did not expect Calyrex to outspeed Gyarados.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Gyarados living on 1, but that's not gonna be enough when your Stoutland is faster after, on the next turn. There's a waterfall. Okay, so it seems like no crunch. And that should be game 3.
Game 2.
Or, that's game 2 finished, yeah. We're going on to game 3 here. That was a very, very close game again. Unfortunate from Paris to forget about the electric terrain, but it happens to all of us.
Yep. It's unfortunate. So how does Paris adjust for this game 3?
So, seeing how he's played so far, it doesn't seem like we have Geomancy power. So, I want to say that indeed he might just be a bluff.
It very well could be.
We might see a Klefki plus maybe the Venusaur to Sunny Day Sleep Powder, or Sunny Day into Charizard, Dynamax, Solar Flare, something. I don't know.
I feel like bringing Klefki for Sunny Day with Charizard and Venusaur would probably be pretty threatening.
Mm-hmm. Our biggest problem from Paris' side is this Goodra. It's just too bulky. And there doesn't seem to be too much that Paris is able to do against it.
He was able to hit it hard prior to the Snarls, but...
Right, this Xerneas was able to do a lot of damage, but if he gets these snarls off, which the Stoutland is faster,
mm-hmm. I think it would be in Bauerdad's best interest to not lead with Calyrex, as he led with it in the first few games.
Immediately, yep.
Yeah, unless he's purposely doing that as a bluff.
Yeah, he seems to be liking to keep this Goodra in the back and then switch it in on this first turn.
He did not bring the Grimmsnarl this time though, and that Light Screen really helped him game 2.
Good, yeah. Let's see what these leads are. Charizard. So we do see a switch up for Paris' side. No more Intimidate, but that means that this Calyrex may be able to stay on its field. However, Xerneas with a big Moonblast could do a lot of damage to this Calyrex.
Calyrex is very threatened here, I think.
Yeah, with the Charizard and the Xerneas threatening just a neutral hit,
I think
it's
going
again
for a Volt Switch or Hydro Pump and protecting Calyrex might be his safest play. We do see the Heat Wave and no Protect. Oof.
And the Calyrex goes down. Yeah,
Critical
I don't know if that crit really mattered.
I don't think it did.
Guessing that with its specs here, here's a big Volt Switch, puts it down to 2, 3 HP.
That is very unfortunate.
Considering the Goodra, Stoutland's probably the better play. We don't want to take Goodra taking damage if we don't have to right now. I think, did he click Taunt into the slot? Or Sweet Spot? I'm surviving.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so...
But that is a very rough turn 1.
Very rough. Leading Calyrex all 3 games seems to have been a rough place from Bauerdad's side, so we do see the Rotom again.
But this Heat Wave will probably be enough to take out Stoutland.
I wonder if Stoutland is faster. It seems like it could be. It's been a very fast Stoutland.
I feel like it probably is.
So maybe just a Snarl or something like that can take this Charizard up, hopefully. At least that's what I would hope if I was Bauerdad right now. Put the Xerneas at -1, put this Charizard... Or, yeah, back up this Charizard. From Paris' side, he's going to switch out to Xerneas. Maybe doesn't want to get a Snarl onto it. Yeah. I think that Paris is going to want to deal with this Stoutland before he brings the Xerneas back out. That's what it seems like to me.
Yeah. Notably, it seems like if we see the Venusaur in the back, then and it does take out Stoutland. It is faster.
Just unfortunate. I'm going to look up the speed stats real quickly. Charizard's base 100, Stoutland is base 80 only. Okay. So, yeah, Xerneas being 99, the Venusaur being 80, and the Goodra also being 80. So we just had probably Stoutland at Jolly max speed or something along those lines, and then Goodra and Venusaur not maxed.
That's most likely the case.
So now we're left with 2 versus 4, unfortunately, for Bauerdad.
Yeah, this Charizard has put in a lot of work for Paris.
That's absolutely true. At 100 base speed, it seems like it's the best thing of either 6 of these Pokemon in here, besides the Crobat, obviously. See a Dynamax from Bauerdad again on his Goodra, which is not unexpected. I wonder if this Gyarados is going to we know that this Charizard's not going to be doing much to at least either of these. He's but we guess
Unfortunately, I see Bauerdad getting himself into a rough situation here, using Max Geyser to take out Charizard, which is a mistake because he's saying the sun when he wants saying the rain when he wants the sun to take out Venusaur.
Yeah, that's very fair. So we'll see if, well, we don't know if Venusaur is on the back, but I'm guessing it's very likely. So we're going to see Volt Switch into this Gyarados, probably take about half.
Good prediction. And Thunder
Yeah,
Wave.
yep. So we're going to have Gyarados, or Goodra at half speed. That's going to make the Xerneas now faster than this Goodra. And the Venusaur. So Paris has brought the same 4 each time, just in different orders. And what do you think? We'll likely see another Venusaur max, or are we going to wait until the Xerneas? I'm guessing the Xerneas is going to do an max.
Now that he's gotten rid of the Stoutland, I wouldn't be surprised if he saved it for the Xerneas.
Yeah. So on Bauerdad's side, I'm not sure how you can pull this one through. I think you have to take both KOs this turn, and I don't know if it's possible to make it a 2v1.
Even if he could take out both, I think Dynamax Xerneas would wall these two pretty well.
Yeah, so we do see the Venusaur being the max target here. I wonder if this is just to set up the Divine Lash. Okay, honestly, I'm also curious what else this Gyarados says for moves. So we see it Protect, T-Wave, Waterfall, potentially maybe Taunt as a last move. Yeah, there's the Divine Lash. So take out this Rotom and set up the Vines. And what do we see here? So now it's a 2v1.
Yep.
Oh wait.
Still 3v1.
Okay.
And we can see what else this Venusaur has. We know it has Sleep Powder, it has a Grass move, it
and
has
Sludge Bomb.
Protect and Sludge Bomb. Okay,
Okay, so we know most of its moves. Final move.
No, we know all of them. A Grass move, Sleep
What's
Powder,
the grass move?
and oh wait, I guess Sleep Powder could have been the max card.
That's true. Yeah. We don't know what's grass move. Potentially Giga Brain, potentially Leaf Storm, but yeah. Here we'll see a Waterfall. Not going to do too much. We're using the range. And this is Max Rider coming to take out. So this unfortunately is Bauerdad's last turn of Max. While we have what, two more on Paris, and it's looking like all but over here. With both Mons on Paris' side faster than Bauerdad's.
I suspect. Yeah, probably just Moonblast and
Max
Ooze just to pick up the KO. I think Bauerdad played well. I think that he should have prioritized the Charizard more, as it was the biggest threat to Calyrex.
Mm-hmm.
And I think him playing a little bit more defensively with the Grimmsnarl and Stoutland really put in a lot of work against all these special attackers.
So interestingly, we do have a Geomancy with power. That thing is just that strong.
That is kind of insane.
Yeah, Fairy Aura, Moonblast, Stab. Interesting. But we do know it's not fast. It's probably not fast at that point. Yeah, this is just going to tickle because of the +2s to death. And here goes the Vine Lash to kick it out. So we have a 2-1 for Paris.
GG's to Paris. That
yeah,
was
GG's.
very well played.
Mm-hmm. Are you able to put the 10 up again?
Yep. 1, 2 seconds. There we go.
So we saw from Paris the Xerneas, Venusaur, Indy, Charizard, and Gyarados, and Klefki. So we saw the top 6, which honestly, those were some of the ones I was most expecting. Maybe the Noivern. I wasn't really expecting this Diggersby.
I think his top 6 were the best choice.
Yeah. And from Bauerdad's side, we saw the Calyrex Ice, the Grimmsnarl, Crobat, Rotom Wash, Stoutland, Kudra. So honestly, that was fairly similar to what I was expecting too. I was maybe expecting this Darmanitan just to be scarfed and try to take out the Xerneas with, I don't know, say Icicle Crash or this Venusaur if he could stop the sun from being up. But yeah, this was a very good game for both players. Any thoughts to take away from this? Xerneas is strong.
Xerneas is very scary. Calyrex Ice really does not like fire. He had a good idea with setting rain, and he had Snarl and Assault Vest on Gudra.
I liked all those prep, but I was just a little. I didn't like the fact that we were leading Calyrex Ice all 3 times, especially when the first 2 times we saw Intimidate and Charizard. So while it's a very, very strong Pokemon, it does not like that matchup very well.
Agreed. I think leading it game 1 with who was it? Crobat was a little bit better because he could set Tailwind and try and get something off beforehand. But after that, I think it was better to leave him in the back until he had eliminated some of the bigger threats.
Yeah, we did see it clean up in game 2. So this Calyrex Ice is no joke. But it seemed to be more of a cleaner than a front line in that regard. So I think that's all for me. Do you have anything else to...
No, I think that is it. Did we have the results for Top Cut? I don't think either of these players actually made it in, unfortunately.
It is unfortunate because I really did enjoy both of these teams, but that is how our system's working. So we have only top 7 out of, is it 12?
Top 7 of each 4 groups. So
yeah, and there's 14 in each group, or 12.
So top 28.
Right, but how many is in each group?
Yes, top 7 of each group.
Okay. So yeah, thanks all for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed.
And we'll see you guys next time. Take care.
Take care.
Bye.